I'm used to hearing it's a matter of time before anything I'm up before is sure to be mine. And I do believe it and no hurt get to receive it as I keep these words in my mind each and every time. Just prepare for it. Just prepare for it. Who knows it could happen tonight and it could happen to knows, but who really knows? Who knows, but who really knows? Death sneaks upon you like a thief in the night. Since we're not sure if it's a robber, we gotta live right, don't we might get distracted by the things in our sight. We can't go blindly when we into the light. Before we enter the light, just prepare for it. Just prepare for it. Who knows it could happen tonight and it could happen to knows, but who really knows? Who knows, but who really knows? Who knows, but who really knows? Who knows, but who really knows? Nobody no know. Nobody can know.
Never ever.
All if you feel like you know, you still don't know because you just not gonna know because certain things is just not for you to know. Me always I say life
If you
is
know nothing else, that is one thing you're not gonna
exactly.
know.
Like me always have a saying say life is not for us to understand, life is for us to live. You know what I say?
But
So
and absolutely, because what else you gonna
exactly. And what is life without living?
do?
You know what I say? You know what I mean? Welcome to another episode of Overall Settings, the podcast that differs, where we highlight the icons of yesteryear who set the stage for the current icons of today, who chop the bush for the future icons of tomorrow. But one of the things that we pride ourselves on over here is always bringing the diamonds in the rough to the forefront. And I don't want people to come over here and get the wrong interpretation or misinterpreted, I should say, when they see a lot of artists because we do so much more than
Yeah.
just that over here.
Mhm.
We initially started this platform to give the world a view um, of our view of the world from a Caribbean perspective. Um, when you left, out of your natural habitat and you come somewhere else, one of the things when me get to understand, and I'm sure you can attest to this too, from the minute me know about Jamaican, when them left Jamaica, to some Jamaicans who have never left Jamaica, the Jamaicans who have left are not Jamaican again. Yeah, no, seriously, like them literally call you foreigner. When you forward back, them try overcharge you. If
Mhm.
you send money, go get them style and craft you and all type of things
like say, I know they say you come from.
right, like another will come from.
Mm.
You know what I mean? So you kind of depend like a little island in a sense. You know what I mean? So it's like a challenge when you really think about it. You know what I mean? So challenges is something that tonight's guest like really knows about firsthand. You know what I mean? Comes from very humble beginnings in Jamaica, like us, and like a lot of the people who watch this platform. But she's rise and continues to rise to the occasion, to exemplify what greatness and persistence and those things are all about.
Mhm.
You
Mhm.
know,
And
man
and
said
and that we want to hear these stories because it's from like coming like I say from very humble hardship beginning, and having success,
Like
and it becomes not only her story but influential to other people.
there's no testimony without
y-
tests.
you
There's
know
no message without mess. You know what I mean? And you know, this young lady is a triple threat. You know what I mean? Because not only, you know, has she become a registered nurse, you know what I mean? Like our past two guests who we've had over here, big up Damar, you know what I mean? Big up what the lady name from last week, man.
Last week,
Our
start with
family
it.
too, you know.
Yeah.
But anyway, we should get back to that. You know what I mean? You know, but these ladies have not only just stayed within the realms of just nursing, but you know, they went on to like start their own practices
Mm-hmm.
and utilize what they've learned from
Doing
nursing
big things for
to turn it
themselves.
into
Yes,
entrepreneurship
big
and things
things.
of that nature. You know what I mean? So this young lady is a nurse, you know what I'm saying, by trade, but she's also a life coach, you know what I mean? And not only is she a life coach, but she also is at the helm of Ride in Style limousines, you know what I mean? Which
That
is
life coach part, I'm very very
no man, then she not there with
interested
me when I got talk about
to
all of that.
so
Yeah, yeah,
I can't
yeah,
wait to hear about that one.
yeah, yeah. You know what I said? So I mean, you know, before we jump into it, you know, we have to give every artist an intro. You know what I mean? And
Mm.
by right, she's an
Yeah,
artist as well.
yeah,
You
of
know what I mean?
course.
At what she does.
Yes.
You know what I said? So you know what I mean? She's no different. She has to get her intro also. You know what I mean? So, ladies and gentlemen, fasten your seatbelts. If you're on this live, please, my beg you, share it. Subscribe to the channel. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? Encourage other people to subscribe, whether you're watching now or whether you're gonna watch on a rebroadcast. Because once we finish this live, it will automatically be available for years to come. You know what I mean? So whenever YouTube is no longer a thing, then maybe it might move to somewhere else. But I guarantee you, it's always gonna be there. So in the meantime, between time, we were saying something about limousine. So you already know all the yeah, you know, so me feel like more go ride now and limo, you know. You
Yeah,
know,
man.
like,
Yeah, no
you me
sir.
feel like more go,
Yo.
you me feel like more go ride now and limo right now,
No.
brother. I go for a party. Yeah, we can't do one show out of our party bus. Now, my friend, we're going to really talk
No.
to our guests about that tonight, cause you know maybe we can forward go down in a Florida there, which part should they and actually conduct a whole interview from outer. I feel like that's what a wicked, you know.
I
Cause
will,
we would have be the first. Me don't know if we would have be the first for do it, but
I will reasoning, man. I
yeah,
will
exactly.
reasoning out our part.
All
Not
right,
yo. That's what I'm on it.
that's what I bad.
That mad.
That's what I bad. So
Mad.
so we're gonna get
Wait,
into
so
all of that.
see if something can
Yeah,
go on.
yeah,
All right.
exactly,
All right.
exactly. So
All right.
anyway, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, we welcome to the platform a very warm overall settings. Welcome for Miss Carol Patterson, Mother Road. What? Wagwan, wagwan.
Wagwan. We're there.
Now you're stage, you know,
Yeah,
you're
man, big up
stage.
yourself, big up yourself. Tonight is a night that yeah, you probably are gonna get flowers 2 times for the month, cause you know say Mother's Day a come up, you know what I mean, sometime in the next week. So
Mm-hmm.
prior to that, we are gonna give you your flowers now, and then we know say Ozzy and
Yes.
Pitney them and your family them and everybody are gonna give you your alkalates them time, because you know when Father's Day come round, we still are gonna hold a back page, cause we not get no
Yeah,
knowings, boy.
that, dads don't get no knowns at all.
Nothing.
I guess what?
That's sad.
Yeah, yeah, it's all right, man. Trust me. I still wouldn't trade in being a dad for anything in the world. You know, man.
Exactly,
It's
for
a,
real.
it's a great, it's a great experience. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? But
And before we go any further, I
mhm,
want to say thank you for your time, for you giving us tonight,
mhm.
because we appreciate love. Don't think we take anything for granted. We appreciate love the time you take out on
Right.
us tonight to give to us, because you cannot get back.
Mm-hmm.
Especially
People
this
say,
money where,
yeah.
especially this
Right.
money where we are so much at. You know what I mean? Cause yeah, we mentioned the alkaloids. You know what I mean? The business
Right,
and
right.
nursing and the life coaching, but you also have a family. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? You
I
have your
do.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? So, for you to even take the time out on a big Sunday when most people normally chill out and lock off them phone, or or do whatever, you know what I mean, for you.
Mm-hmm.
So with we is a is a honor, and just kind of reiterating what
Yeah,
he said.
mhm.
We really thank you for that.
When you think about it, Sunday probably the
No problem.
you know,
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
Sunday are the
Yeah,
sweetest day
man.
out
Yeah,
of the
man.
week.
Yeah, man.
So
Even the Father himself
yeah,
It
rests
is.
one
sweetest
day.
day out of the week. So
Mhm.
Yep.
love the time.
So,
Thanks.
so Miss Patterson, I mean, we know you're not band big, so what we like to do over here
No,
is
sir.
like without being intrusive, you know what I mean? We like to go back as far as we possibly can prior to when, you became who you are today, you know what I mean? So, we're talking about Jamaica days, you know what I mean? Schooling, you know what I mean? Home life, you know what I mean?
Ready, please.
Uh,
Ready,
and,
ready.
and things of that nature. So
As earliest as you can go back.
yeah, man, as
As
early
earliest.
as early as you can remember,
Okay.
As a
you know what I
little
mean?
as a
So
little kid running around the yard, if you know if you used to wear shoes or
Mm-hmm.
barefoot or them thing there, but as
Shoes. No
how
shoes.
we never wear shoes.
so where did it
No shoes.
all start from for Miss Carol?
Okay, so I was born 1972. I was born at UC. Grew up in jungle, as everybody call it, Onyx Garden,
Yes, is that
right?
next?
I mean that.
Is that next? Yes. All right,
All
we'll
right,
attack
so
again.
we kind of know now where
Bad,
now.
bad girl
But
business.
yeah, man.
Oh man, but people always, when people hear you say you come from jungle, them judge you like, oh, you're a ghetto girl or you're this, but some way, even though we come from the ghetto in that way, we just know so we're gonna strive, and that's it. Like we know so we have to do more than everybody else
Right.
because we already have a stick that how we say we come from the ghetto, so we just always have to know so we're on the survival mode and just keep going. That's the mentality. Me know Demar, me and Demar go nursing school together, so.
Yeah.
I'm a good friend that.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Wow. So, what was growing up in jungle like for you?
Well, to be honest with you, growing up in jungle is, in other words, sometimes you have to say you raise yourself because your parents them out also for bring back in food.
Mm,
And you're the woman, you grow yourself pretty much because when you go to school, you come up another home.
mm,
So you take off your uniform because you know you don't have one uniform. You take it off, and then you go road go play. You go play Danny Shandy. You go play anything you can do to occupy your time by the time your parents them get home.
mm.
Mm.
You see? So with that now, you outside people become your friend. family.
Mm.
So
So
everybody where you raise around becomes like, go ahead.
I know a lot of times the garrison gets a bad rap. You know what I mean? For when people mention jungle, them talk about the the badness we go on in our place, whether them are rough,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I mean? But there's a lot of good
Yeah.
that goes on behind the scenes. And I mean, if you were able to take off your uniform and come outside and come play, and you're not dilly dally and a duck no gunshot, then obviously, the experience might have been difficult for you, but it was obviously safe enough for you to go out and go play. So for all of those people who put, like you said, that stigma that literally is like, me got jungle already. Me not come from jungle. Me walk up and down in a jungle with people who obviously come from jungle. But me never feel
Right.
no threat. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
at the end of the day, yeah, things happen all over the world when you really think about it.
Right.
You know,
Of course.
so but your
Man, I go send a gunshot no bus, Man, I go send a gunshot no bus, but
right.
when you live in night, you learn to live. You understand? You know when to go out the door, you when not to. If you see Rima man come and don't go man go down, say a time for go inside. So there's just ways and rules and regs where you understand already as a little kid growing up. So you're not gonna go to and go to the fire, you go stay warm. But
Right.
if you know say everything clear now and everybody there for peace, we will go outside and play. So it's all about, the movements. And number one, you already grew up with the movements. You already know when not to and when to.
Mm-hmm.
Mm. Mm.
So how much siblings in the household with you when you did younger?
When I was younger, I must say, I have two brothers and two sisters. One of my brother died from war, gunshot.
Mm,
Mm.
In the 19, no, all my to this, but 19, like 84 or 80, 86, around that time there,
early.
he
Mm.
died before me come America. So, yeah, him died at a young age, and it's all about gunshot, who in a war with who and who never get along with who, and yeah,
Right,
Yeah.
right,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. The 80s
but
in Jamaica was a really rough time.
Yeah, man. Election
Yeah.
and the whole of
Yeah.
them sitting
Yeah.
there, a big, 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 big.
listen, I can't tell them about election. Election in Jamaica, everybody leave on the jungle. Because when you know, say, my man, I come up our jungle, man, I go down, it's terrible in the jungle. I always, when I come to America, I see how election is, where you come and you vote, and about no business, or you vote and you just move on. I appreciate that because me know what it is to get up and where my mother could pack paper, we gone over the waters, stay for some days until election out, then you come back. After the one them can leave, them get stuck there and forgot through the fight and the gunshot and the war we gotten. So I appreciate the system here when you have to vote. So that made me take and make sure some vote every time election come up.
Well, the closest thing to that where we did get was when Donald Trump made the people them rush the
Take down the
Yeah,
whole.
yeah, yeah. That was like, oh man. I was like, oh my God, no.
something like that when that Jamaica state.
Yeah.
Donald is a different character altogether. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So, you know,
Yeah.
so, basically, so early, early age, like you said, you grew up, you grew up in a rough community, but would you say you necessarily, well, if you lost a brother, obviously that was a definitely rough spell for you and the family.
Right.
If you did have to evacuate when election come around,
Mm.
obviously you grow rough, you know what I'm saying?
Oh
So,
yeah. Oh
you
yeah. Oh yeah, we grow
um,
rough. That's why sometimes them say on the roughy, but that's how we know if we do be rough and survive. Me there Jamaican, we used to go Irish Galley primary. And when we go to primary school, I have no book. Go to school barefoot, one uniform. No matter if you tear up or not, me I go to school same way because in my head, education will get me where we need to get to. You understand?
Mm.
right.
My mother not rich, my father not rich, we're broke. So at the end of the day, I know what hungry is. I know what it feels to go bed with just sugar and water. I want sandwich. I know what all that is, what it is not to have. You know, to be humble. Me, I said them life there, even though I was young, it still made me humble up to today day. So when I see my kids and I waste food, that grieve me because I remember one time I never asked, you
Mm.
Mm.
know.
Mm.
Mm.
Exactly. So
Mm.
We
from
never
this,
pass. Listen, we never pass covered entrance. We never pass covered entrance. We make sure tell them we never pass covered entrance.
Mm.
wow,
I
wow,
disappoint the family, and I think my father at the time packed me up and carried me over the waters because I was like an embarrassed to the family because I never passed common entrance.
Mm.
wow. No, that
Le-
but that
Yeah,
speaks volumes to who you become
become,
today.
yeah, yeah, and that
Like, yeah, you
yeah,
make you see, you see,
yeah,
you
and
hear
that,
them or something now?
yeah, and that's why we want to hear your
Like me
story
tell
from
Damara
you.
already. Me
Yeah,
tell Damara
yeah.
already. You have so many instances like when my daughter, me always try to draw my own experience from, when I
Mm.
talk to there's so many uh what you call it, what you call it, not comparison, but like
But I mean,
characteristics
right, you can
where we
relate.
can
You can
identify
relate
with,
to.
because
right.
my daughter was an aspiring nurse, and she did have leukemia, so she did kind of like did have a struggle between her illness always in the hospital and things of that nature. And when she was going to school, sometimes she would bomb on a test or whatever the case may be. And
Yeah,
me did that with a ninth grade education, you want to reassure your pitney, but it's like me not really
right.
components for either can say help her with it or
Mm.
whatever. And one day this nurse come and she said, honey, um, I'm 54 years old. I just became a nurse about 10 years ago. You know what I mean? And she
Oh
said,
wow.
one thing I realize is that when you walk into this room, you become a sense of saving grace to who's ever in front of
Yes.
you. And the last thing that's on
Yep.
that person's mind is how long it took you to get through school. Because
To get to the
from the
store.
minute, from the minute you walk through that
Mm.
door,
Mm.
from the minute you walk through that door,
Yes.
you know, you none of that matters.
Yeah,
All the
because
matter is
you are
you are there to get rid of their pain.
you are who you are.
Yes. Yes.
And
Yes.
nobody's journey or nobody's road is identical. Man, so when you really think about it,
Exactly. Yep.
you know. So
Yep.
to hear you say, what I mean, like people probably think with all of what you accomplish and everything we made us name a while ago. Remember, he's a life coach, so that means that you advise people what them to do with for them
Right.
life.
Right.
I
With the
hear my
life. Yep.
Fast, no man.
no, me just have said me talk about because people we all are say, yes, she have a CHD, a PhD, a GGF, BCDAA. You know what I'm saying? So it did
Yep.
surprise to me to hear you say pass come on and judge. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? But anyway,
No,
so
me not listen.
mm,
Me not pass common entrance. And at the time when you're young, you was disappointed and you feel like you're disappointing the whole family. And my
Mm.
right.
father take me over the waters and let me see a family friend. And with a
Mm,
family friend, at the end of the day, he put me in one private school. He couldn't afford it, so he struggled. He go one semester, and that was it. So then after
mm,
that, instead of going home and put me with one of my auntie, by Melrose, early age, I'm gonna start going so. And by the time I'm in Melrose, I come up here
mm,
illegal,
mm,
Mm.
illegal.
Mm. Mm.
mm.
So
Yes.
what was the
Mm.
journey like for you from the beginning?
Well, for me, when my dad Jamaica, I always say, anytime I reach a foreign, I want to drink milk. That was the thing. I have to drink milk. I'm gonna make sure to milk in my fridge at all times because that's something we never have at Jamaica. I couldn't drink milk. So when I come, me say the first thing I do, I want a box of milk. We just want the milk. Now today, make sure my fridge not empty. Make sure my fridge not have no always have milk in it. So that was my thing. It pushed me and it motivated me to say, you know what, wherever me I come from, me I gonna do better than when me did there. You know me I say me now go backwards. So for me, my always a strive. You will see me pray always say, you will do this again. I say, no worry, no watch the fear for me on a mission. I always on a mission for do because I know where me I come from. You understand me? So I always feel like me on the track feet. Just a run. I'm just a run and no one stop. That's a reach.
I
Mm.
mean,
Mhm.
there's so many people um who forward over here illegally are aware of their circumstances, but align themselves with people who are who put them in a worse problem than with them actually
Right.
in. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I know a thing or a few about always having to look over your shoulder, or you know, having things, but really having nothing at all, because most of the time it's
Right.
in a somebody else's name. Man say, you live with family members. Sometimes somebody will just
Yes.
them floor for sleep and or them couch for sleep and or you know what I mean, and deliver.
Mm-hmm.
Man say, so I'm like what was that experience like for you, and what made you decide to take a different route than so many others who just kind of was like, all right, well, me have to sell drugs because nothing better not there, or me have to
Right.
because like what deterred you from going down the most common route when we normally see people who come up here illegal go down? Like what deterred you from doing that?
Well, me go say this though. Me not go say me never in the drug game, right?
Mhm,
I may not be upfront, but I have family members that run different stores in the Bronx,
mhm,
and she was very big in it. But
mhm,
we were in the back end of it. You understand me? But doing that part of making the money and stuff, I always knew I have to keep going. I didn't go along. You know what I say? So for me, we were in the drug game, but I wasn't selling it, but I was a collector,
mhm,
I get that. So when that I go on, me still I go to school. You know what I say? When that I go on, school still involved. Me still know say, no matter where I go on in, you still have to get your education. No matter where I go on, you still have to get your education. There's one time I'm in a junior high school, this girl, because me that do better than her in a math class, and she just feel like say she was the queen for math. I'm gonna go there now, me do my look Jamaican math and carry the one and multiply by the two. And, me start the good. And she would never
mhm,
happy about that. And me and her getting on fight. And I remember one teacher say, listen, you from Jamaica, right? And she gave me one full sit down conversation. And the teacher liked me. You understand? And she said, let me tell you something. If you don't want to go back to where you're coming from, you're gonna have to change your ways. Your attitude and everything have to change. You understand? You can't keep fighting people because them say something to you. You can't keep on to do this. You understand? So I did already have my mad, my upset mentality where I'm angry and all that something. Then you say something to me, I'm ready for pop off, I'm ready for fight, whether I win or I lose. One of them things there, right?
mhm,
And once the teacher that talk to me, I realize that I have to get back on track because I know say, and I'm a follow me, I go back where I come from. I know where I come from, and I never want to go back. So with that said, I have to get back on track. And the teacher they check up on me at least every 2 months to make sure say, how you doing, well, and just keep me focused, keep me going. So once I get to high school, I met a bunch of, me and my cousin them and some other people will become friends. We want to get in a no fight. We have a local Jamaican crew at the time. In the 80s, Jamaica never so big because we always in a trouble. So it was like, oh, you Jamaican, everybody's like, call with name and stuff. But we keep to ourselves. And at the end of the day, we grew up. I was in high school. I want to get in a trouble. We just know say school a week if it was done. Everybody graduates.
So when you just forward come a foreign, where your first stop?
Say that again.
No, when you just forward come up here, what was your first stop? Where you go first?
Oh, no, New York, man. New York, the Bronx. When I leave out of the Bronx, when I come to Florida, was the first time I leave out of the state. But at the Bronx, I live for years.
Oh,
No,
My
you
mother
not?
still live there. My mother now move. Eh?
no. If you look at why she said what kind of bring me back to because you say back in the 80s, Jamaican wasn't like really that much in New York. So,
Right.
I go high school in New York too.
Mm.
But she live at the Bronx. But when me go high school was like more like in a white area.
Okay.
So it
Mm.
wasn't that much
Mm.
Jamaican.
Mm.
So where we don't know Jamaican, Asian, Guyanese,
Everybody click up.
Panamanian, we are link up.
Everybody pulled together. Yeah.
All of it is part
Yeah.
of
We pulled together.
the bus.
Yeah.
So as far as Caribbean people, the whole of it just come together
Yeah.
and a full crew that.
Right.
I mean, under the day
Yeah.
New York, under the day New York, but me know,
Me
but
there Brooklyn.
but me I say New York on the window, but me I say down in Philly. There was a time where you could have tell a Jamaican from a mile away, especially the man them. The
Yeah.
man them ice gold and green belt.
Mhm.
Who not drive Chris? Who not drive Chris? Not drive Maxima.
Yeah,
Who
see,
not drive
yeah,
Maxima?
Maximum to say that, yeah.
Who
same,
not
same thing in New
stanza?
York, you
Remember
know.
stanza?
Stanza,
You know
yeah.
what I mean? The whole of them something there. You know what I mean? So it's like,
Yeah.
As far as guys go, as far as youth
yeah,
that go at school, you know, it wasn't just it wasn't a big population of us.
right, right,
So the whole
Right.
anybody from the Caribbean, we just link up, and that
right,
was just our link
Yeah.
together.
right,
When
right,
they get in
Yeah.
certain schools now, when it get later on, then you have the whole part Jamaican
mm,
linked by
They
themselves,
can, yeah. Mm-hmm.
by themselves. Guyana is linked by themselves because it was so
By
much bigger.
himself.
right,
Then it was
right,
so small.
Right.
The whole of we just come together and say, "Yo,
right,
we are park."
right, right, right,
It's
right,
not
right.
that much.
So basically, like you say, you kind of click up, and at what point did you think you started to get um like a notion as to which direction you did want to go as far as career path and them things are concerned? Like, was that
Okay.
right?
So,
When did you start having aspirations to embark on whatever your career was?
well, when I come, who was on there was a Jamaican radio station. What name? It wasn't that. Was it Diamond Levy?
Yeah,
He
man.
Mm.
was he was an
David
older guy.
Levy. Remember David Levy? Who
And there
else
was
did we
the
have?
next one was Gil
There was
Bailey.
somebody else.
Gil
Gil
Bailey.
Bailey.
Yeah.
Gil
I
Bailey.
come and me hear Gil Bailey on the radio. And from me hear Gil on the radio, I say me are going to broadcasting. Me say me are going to broadcasting. In a high school, I
But
said there where I was.
Well,
so
you should have told me that, because we're going to give you one job over here, differently, so you're going to have full
mm,
you're going to have this course once a month. You should even tell me that.
Hey,
so
that's my passion. We just divert from it. But yeah, go ahead.
because when you can't wait for hear Gil Bailey on the
Yeah.
radio,
No, man. No, man.
because
No, man, don't know
Yeah.
about Gil Bailey, man. We
you
know about
can't
Gil
wait to
Bailey,
listen to
brother.
Gil
We know
Bailey,
about him. We know
late
about him.
late night, to
Yeah.
stay up late night and listen to Gil Bailey, man.
Yeah.
Nah,
So when you say you listen Gil Bailey and you draw inspiration from him, say broadcasting you're going.
So me I listen to Gil Bailey. Me I say, but even though me have an accent, I still can't go up on the radio and talk, man, because this Gil Bailey I do the thing. So
Mm.
I start, I start look on it and I say, all right, I'm going to high school now. My sister them have broadcasting classes, radio classes, TV classes, and that's all I want to take. That's all I'm take. Me no want nothing else. You know can't tell me nothing about no other career. Nothing else. I go through high school, finish, and then I go college and I do broadcasting.
Mm.
I stop. I never finish.
So
why?
Okay, all right. I'm gonna tell you. Some of at the time I was dating an older guy. I'm gonna say older, maybe like 3 or 4 years older than me. And it so happened that when I finished high school, he was helping me go to college. And then it so happened that, he cheated. And then at the end of the day, I said, I'm take certain things I'm not tolerate. So for me, even though you look out for me and do me this, you're not going to turn me into no puppet either. You know what I mean? So at that time when I go to broadcasting school, I drop out because of that, because I used to fund it. I couldn't afford it anymore. So I stop go, I'm going to start work. I relocate to Jersey to my auntie, go stay with she. She tell me about nurses aid school. Me no know nothing about nurses aid. More and be broadcaster. So she said, do the class here and work and get yourself back on track. I'm going to work at Burlington factory. Do the nurses aid class, swipe through that, get through that. Come back on New Year, me everybody talk about nursing. I say, what that? Who that? So me knows it. So what's nursing? What's LPN? What's this? And then say this. I'm going to take the class and just go through. I say, okay, this is not too bad. I'm a
Mm.
pause from my broadcasting, and that's something I'm going to say I'm going to do in my life. To go back and finish and complete a degree there. That's something I'm going to say I'm going to do.
Well, why you over here, You think I joke, me?
I would take the job. I would do an internship just to understand it.
Maybe why you over here, not me, I try to tell her, you can't do it from remotely. You know, master. So yeah. So you said your auntie encouraged you to take this nurse aid. So you did end up taking.
Yes. I end up relocate to Jersey. So I tell my mother me I go Jersey, go live. My heart is broken. I gotta go. I can't stay here. I need to start over. So it doesn't matter what I was gonna start over with. But once I move to New York, I just did have to move. You know me, I say, "Cause this still I come by, me never want nothing to do with him. So me just need to redirect myself." So my auntie said, "Listen, me I know about it in about one lady tell me about CNA class." Me say, "What?" So I look it up, I read about it, I say it can't be that bad. So I start at the class. She pay feed for me. I start at the class and then we get a job. I'm gonna work my way, pass the class again, get my certification, come back to New York and just start work. I just depend on my mission, just start work and just start reinvent myself. You know what I'm saying? When me hear people talk about LPN and RN and this, me I wonder what them are talk about. So me knows this. So I'm gonna be friend with the LPN and RN them just to find out what that's what I do. Me on a nurse, I want to get there. Want to do which school wanna go, what happen? You know what I mean? I said, tell me something. And there was this year, she was about 23 at the time. And she tell me what she do. And she said, no man, go to school. You go to nursing school first. Don't go to community college them. Or else you're gonna take too long. And me with my full self. I got all the community college them. I do everything what she said me to do. So I learn.
So you pay for learning.
Yeah, I'm fearful. And you know what it is? Those are the lessons that you pay attention to. Because when you pay feet, you understand. You will never go back and make that mistake. But when you not pay feet, you just figure so you can't make it again. But we learn the lesson. Trust me.
No, man. So basically, did the CNA course, passed that, went and started to hear about the LP and RN, your
Yeah.
alliance with those people. Never take the girl food.
Yeah.
You've got a long way. So how long did it ultimately take you before you actually embark on your nursing career?
Well, what I did was it took me about 2 years, and I remember one day I finally get a job. A friend of mine, a good friend, she's American, and I'm telling you, and I was so good friend. And
Mm.
she got a job down at New York Presbyterian. And when she get the job, she said at the time we are CNA, and she get the CNA job, and she said, "Me go put in your resume," and she put it in for me. I'm gonna get the job done at New York Presbyterian. And in it, I thought it was nothing to do with CNA, like taking care of patient, but it wasn't. It was in the operating room where we used to take patients and get them off of the floor, bring them to operation, bring them back to PACU to the recovery room, and we'll mop the floor. So we do everything in that one. We have mop floor, garbage, everything. And I remember one time this we talk about where we want to be. In India, you have map and everybody I talk about them dream and aspiration. I'm say, me go on nursing school. I remember this Filipino nurse. Me tell you, I go back and tell her thank you. But me and she me say, I want to be a nurse. I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. And she walks said, oh, you ain't going to be no nurse. You can't be no nurse. I said, I mean,
Wow.
I felt like she took a knife and she stabbed me.
Wow.
I felt like she took a knife and just stabbed me. And I was so upset. I'm going to start cuss her. It don't make no sense to cuss her.
Mm.
As all she see was me mopping the floor. You know what I say? But there was this one doctor guy. It was a Jamaican doctor guy named Dr. Gill, one of the best plastic surgeon in a New York at the time, right? And him did a come for the surgery with a cleaning room. And him see me vex. And him say, what go on? Oh, you vex so? Cause you always a smile. And I say, no, that woman they talk about say, I'm not going to be a nurse. Him say, come me talk to you. And him say, listen, the only way she going to see you is when you meet her at her level. You're not at her level. You have to go step up your level. I say, so where I try to say, him say, you have to go back to school and get educated and meet her at her level. And when you get there, make sure so you go see her and tell her hello. And I say, well, there's a school me looking at when I want to do the LPN class. Him say, what you need? I say, I need a reference. Him say, bring me the reference paper. And he write up the reference to me and I carry it. I'm going to take my test. I'm going to pass the test. The test was you need a 50 percentile to pass. I'm going to give 50 percentile. Sister
Mm.
clear and none. She said to me, say, why me should I let you in another school when you give me exactly? I say, you ask for 50, me give you 50. I say, but we need you to take a chance on me because if you don't take a chance, we need you to take a chance on me. Me not feel you because at this time, in a nursing school is this. It goes by how much people feel your school. So you keep teeth had accreditation. So she taking a chance on me can be risky for fair school. You see what I say? So she said, listen, me go check on your grades all the time. Me go check on you all the time. Me go let you in, but me I tell you, you're risky. Me said, take the chance for me. Nah, feel you. I promise you. And she said, all right, you'll hear from me. And sure enough, 2 days later, she called me and told me, so I'm looking at the program. And the happiest, one of the happiest day of my life. And from
So
that, I start my LPN program.
you know me still
Eh?
stuck. You know me still stuck pan. What the doctor the name again?
Well,
What the doctor the name again?
Dr. Gail. Dr. Gail.
All right, Gail. Gail.
Gil.
Gail, not Gail.
Gail. Gail.
Okay,
Gail.
no,
Gaye.
okay, no. The reason why me I said that is because initially you were inspired by Gil, and then you have
Mm-hmm.
somebody named Gail now. We
Gail.
come.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, wow. No, me
Right.
just
No, I never put that together. I never put that together.
but
I
immediately,
never put that together.
immediately,
It,
immediately, me
it, it's
just kind
very,
of
very sound
yeah, man.
close and
Sound very
familiar, right?
similar. I mean, and I just feel like everything
Yeah,
happened for a reason. I feel like everything happened for a reason. You know what I mean?
it
You
does.
know, so
Yeah.
big up to the little Filipino nurse where tell us say you're not gonna ever make it because she spark a fire in you.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
She spark a fire
Oh,
in you. We're still ablaze to this day when him there. You know what I mean?
well,
And
it is.
Dr. Gill, you know, me big up everybody along the way who made their contribution directly or indirectly to this
Yeah.
journey. You know what I'm saying? So
But hold on, I want to ask her this. So when you got to where your degree, you got what you wanted, and you got to her level, and
Oh, I went and meet her.
you went back and seen her.
mhm.
I have to.
What
That
did
was a
you
must.
say to her, and
I
what was her response?
I graduated and I went back maybe 2 days after graduation and I went there with my degree. I didn't go to LPN. I went as an RN this time. And I said to her, you know what? I want to tell you thank you. And she said, what are you talking about? So I have to bring her back. I said, remember 4 years ago when you told me we were mopping the floor that I would never be a nurse? I said, you inspired me to keep pushing. And I never looked back ever since. I want to say thank you so much. I appreciate you. And I gave her a big hug and she started crying.
Hmm.
I told her, I said, thank you. I needed that. Sometimes we just need somebody to kick with. If you know it's that time to move. And I
Exactly. So
moved.
you turn her negativity into a positive.
I love when people underestimate me. I love when people write me off the paper says she's not gonna make me love it. Come here, me tell them I'm ready for them. I prove everybody. Don't take me off the card. Don't lower the bar for me. Make sure say you know say me I come. One way or another. Don't me off the list. Unless me dead. But other from that, yeah, keep kicking.
Hmm. So you said she started crying. Did you end up working at the same hospital again with her?
No, at this time I moved on, and I before that, I was LPN, and I was working in Jersey with a well, I was working with Jersey, and there was this guy there, Femi Ojo. I started working as a nurse, and I didn't know if I like it or not, and I was about to quit. And he said to me, "Don't quit, don't quit. My wife and I is gonna start a staffing agency. You could come work for us." And him said, don't quit, I'll train you. And him train underneath him wings. And him train me. Him train me the best way him know how. As soon as him finish training me, him start on business, him and his wife, Cynthia Palmer. And I'm telling you this, I worked for that lady as an LPN for about 5 years.
What's
I bought
what's
a house through her. Me no do what you are. Let me tell you, so them hold me down to the T. I tell you this much, my LPN career, I give it all to Cynthia. That's my friend. I think she's on the line right now. That's my ride or die. She's there for me no matter what. Even when times was dark, she did it. I can't tell you. And all because her husband tell me don't quit.
wow, wow. See, you said Cynthia
Yep.
Palmer,
Cynthia
and
Palmer, big up yourself, Cynthia Palmer.
that was in the Bronx.
Well, she was in Jersey. I used to travel to New Jersey. I never work in New York. I always work in. When I become an LPN, I start working in Jersey with Cynthia. I never worked nowhere else. I just worked with her, and she was in New Jersey, and she was a
The re-
nurse too, and she and her husband was just doing the thing.
no, the reason why I asked that because I have an auntie named Cynthia Palmer that is a nurse, big nurse. Same one way.
Ah,
But she's from the Bronx, but that's her name, Cynthia Palmer. She just retired last year,
oh, that's
and
oh
big,
no, this one is still your tickets. They're not Jersey.
yeah,
Okay.
big,
Wow.
she just
Wow.
retired.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
Same as Cynthia Palmer.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
Yeah,
Mhm.
No,
but it's so ironic.
when I think them when me love but you, the Mar, why me can't remember this other lady name, man,
Carry on, carry on. Sure, not carry on. Our cousin, carry on.
carry on. I'm so sorry. You know what I mean? I'm so sorry. We have so many people over in our out, you know what I mean? But everybody is essential to the existence of this platform. But one thing I love about you guys is how you always pay homage to everybody who made a contribution to your cause along the way. Like I love that. Because you have so many different people.
You have to.
You have so many people who, you know what I mean, like I don't know if it's by design, by default, or wherever the case may be. But a lot of times, you know what I mean, when the lights is on, sometimes people don't remember, the people who made that contribution to their cause.
Oh,
You
right.
you guys
No.
take the time out to always acknowledge everybody who made a contribution to your cause.
And on that note, contribute to everybody that's on the
Yeah,
live
man.
right now. Big up everybody for the live.
Everybody with there up on the live right now. We're gonna just take a little small
Yes.
break and just big up Arlene Grant. Um,
Vigo, Vigo, Vigo,
big up,
Vigo.
big up,
That's my
big up,
sister.
you know I say big up sis. You know what I say big up. Me don't want to say the name wrong. No, you want to try? No,
Say it, I'm gonna tell you. Oh,
Novia. Is it Novia, Novia Vida. You know, man, I say big up Chef Shapes.
that's Val. That's Valda Shakespeare. Oh, that's my business partner, my friend. We have a food truck together.
Oh, Vida.
Well, I've food truck, you know, tell me about.
That's
Some
that's yeah.
I'm flying on me, I go. I'm flying on me, I go. Can you? All right, let's say I'm flying on me, I go. That me, I say, God, it's about 5 professors. I would just step on the one. When I reach.
All right, but
That's Miss.
stick up in
That's Miss V. That's Miss V. That's Chef Shakespeare. Big
man.
up Chef
Listen,
Shakespeare.
Chef Shakespeare, big up Fras Kid, man. You know, man, I said big up the United Boxing Club of Florida. I me love boxing, you know.
what
You
I
know,
That's
say,
mine. I own that too.
I would have
you know, some man come off of that life, yeah.
No,
Because
sir.
you're not going to talk about that. Yeah.
No, man.
Well, on there. Well, on there.
Hola.
Well, on. So, are you
You know
some
a finger for count. You know a finger for
well,
count.
on, man. Well, on. So you wanna go on?
No,
You
hola.
know,
No, hola.
Well, on.
Hola, hola, no, hola, no.
Big
Big
up
up,
some people,
everybody
you know.
for the life.
Yeah,
And
man.
then we want to run down everything was
He said, "Become everybody for the life."
Yeah.
yeah.
We are going to do that. We are
Big
going
up
to do that.
everybody for the
Yeah,
life.
big
Run
up,
it down, and
big
then
up,
you have to go tell me about everything we
big up
had.
team of leaders. You know, me I say big up team of leaders on the line. Like big up Ivan. You know, me I say Brody. You know, me I say big up yeah, man. All right, boy. This is crazy. Um, you literally told us about. You literally told us about initially. You know, within my research, I knew that you were a life coach. I knew that you were a nurse because you were referred
We
to
didn't
us
even touch that
by
part
other
there yet. We didn't even
nurses.
touch that
You know what
one
I
there
mean?
yet.
I knew that you had the limousine
Mhm.
company, but you're just like modest,
Right.
dropping like, oh yeah, that's mine too. Oh
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that. Oh yeah, that's me as
I'm a
well.
part of that
Yeah,
too.
yeah, I got my hand in that. You know what I mean? Like, what don't you do? I mean, he wants to know what else you do.
We
I
want to
want
know
to know
everything.
what I want.
I don't sleep.
No, man, no all about nothing.
All right. Just name us all of your titles. Like, what else is it that you actually do?
All right, so the boxing club is with my fiance. So we opened that and start that together. It's a long story. We invested in somebody, he dropped out, so we had to step up and just do the thing. That's the United Boxing, and that's the kids to keep the kids off the street. It's all about the family communication and the union for all the young kids them who need somewhere to go outlet. For me, that means a lot to him because he got into trouble when he was younger. So now what we did was we just go back to give back to the community.
Wow,
Mhm.
wow, wow.
That's the boxing.
Admirable.
Well,
That's very noble.
yes, we love that. We love that. That is so very great
Mm.
of you. And what was that? Your husband, you say?
Fiance.
My
Okay.
fiance, we're not married. We just go on with it. Yeah.
But
That in my listen.
I heard somebody say something today. I think it was on TikTok or Instagram, one of them, one out of the two. But they say from the minute that you meet somebody, a ring doesn't necessarily make somebody your husband or your wife. Once you meet that person
Right.
and you know that your spirit is aligned with that person, they automatically become your soulmate
Becomes your husband and wife.
and your husband. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. You know what
Yep.
I say? You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, I mean,
Mm-hmm.
you are say fiance, we are say Ozzy.
Husband.
Yeah, man,
Mhm.
Ozzy.
Oh, it's
You
the
know what I
same
say?
way.
That's fine. We will take it.
Mm.
Exactly, exactly.
We'll take it. That's fine.
So
But hold on, she still not run on everything. She just talk about the boxing for a
yeah,
while.
so the
You
food truck.
you
Oh,
Oh, okay.
man, hold on.
mm.
More you say
The food truck.
more you say boxing, more you say food truck, more you go down the line and just run them off, man.
All right. Okay. So let me start from the top. Right. My first business was visiting nurse services of Central Florida. That's my first business in Florida that I moved from New York to start. Me and a friend of mine, I make a big girl up, Shakir Marshall. When everybody else said, now come to Florida with me, she pack up with her two kids and her husband and she come with me. So make a big she up all the way. No matter even the two of we not see eye to eye for everything, she make a big up all the time because without she, the dream I may have wouldn't come true right away. You know what I mean? So big up Shakira Marshall. So that's a visiting nurse. So what we do is, if you have a surgery done, we'll come to your house, give physical therapy, occupational therapy. We do nursing, we do IV. It's different from the IV where you would think that we're do, right? So and that's a Medicare certified agency. So we have that for 10 years. No, right? So that's one. Number two is the boxing. The boxing, like me say, is my fiance or husband, right? We start that. We invest in. The thing is, we believe in people's dreams and passion, so we invest and we go in, but then we understand it's worth learning. So just in case this person don't believe in them dream anymore, we're for pulling. So that's where the boxing come in, right? Number three is Chef Shakespeare. So Val is a chef. She's officially a chef, right? Licensed everything, can cook, right? We meet with her. Our niece and I is friends, and I just happened to meet Val across path, and we spend a day together, me, her, and our niece. And we start talking. I ask her what she do. She said she's a chef, blah blah blah. I said, so what we can do together? Me can't cook, but we can't cook for everybody. But so I said, what we can do together? And she said, well, and then we start talking about, middle restaurant or so. And then, eventually one food truck available, we just jump on it and we just work. We do the administrative part of it, she do the cooking part of it. Me know my lane, me know me enough chef. But she need me there, but paperwork wise, me get that done. So that's how the chef part comes in. All right, what else was I doing now? Life coaching. Life coaching was for me. It was for me because at the end of the day, I realized that I'm around a lot of people who don't believe in their dreams, who see it and afraid to make the move. I don't know. I'm kind of, I don't know if I want to take that step and live in a fear. I'm always telling them fear is your worst enemy. It's just gonna keep you stagnant. You're not gonna go nowhere, you're not growth. There's no growth in fear. So when I see that now and there was a life coaching class going around, I started for the class for about 9 months and then I get my certification. That's something I want for myself. So instead of going back to nursing school, I'm gonna get my nurse practitioner license. I decided to do life coaching. So that's my nurse practitioner license. Yeah, understand? Come in, I go back to nursing school. We're done. We're done. Right where the life coach come in. I do have clients that comes and we talk and we go through it and we have different segments and we do vision workshop. Val helped me with my first vision workshop in Tampa. It was about 14 ladies that we set up and just to hear what them go through and try to redirect them, program their mind to just mindset. Their mindset is their mindset. So, at the end of the day, I do that and it's just to help. It's just always something to help. And then what must I do again? Mobile IV. We do the IV.
Well, I know
Huh?
the limousine
We
service.
never reached that so yet.
Oh, the limousine are the last one because that's my this just the limousine just started in January. That's my new adventure, and that's the reason. And let me give you the reason on the limousine. I went to see a
Give
patient
me that. The
about
last one.
maybe
Give me it. Got the last one.
the
Give me
detail.
let me see for the last. Give me for the last. Run it. Go and run down your thing.
Okay, so I have mobile IV hydration with Shakira again. Shakira is my nurse that start with me with the other nursing business. So we start a second business and attach it on its own. So now with the
Wow.
IV, if you drink too much or you have hangovers, we come and we get the IV. Something like what Demara do. We in a two different area, and it so happened that Demara had agreed to become our medical director for our business. Went to school with Demar, so do IV hydration with the nursing. I used to, but I stopped because people not listen. I used to do credit repair, and with the credit repair, I realized that us black people don't listen, and we just want to get it clean today and mess it up tomorrow, and it was aggravating. So I kind of just stopped. I just help who me not go listen. I educate. So if you don't want to learn, I stop teaching, right? And then we decide to the limo. We reach the limousine now. We all know what the limo for it.
Listen,
I,
out of
I
every
second and I
service,
jump on it now.
out of every service that you name a while ago, me know say,
Mm-hmm.
me know say, me need the whole boxing thing for my stepson because a boy will love fight. So that one of them, and them a
Mm-hmm.
come in a Florida there. Um, obviously we always are gonna
Mm-hmm.
need good health and him sickness, so we are gonna need the nursing service. Um, might be when
Right.
them touch pan ground, might be when them touch pan ground. We are gonna want a limo service to pick them up and carry them and drop them with the back.
You
So
definitely need a limo service.
well on.
Yes.
It coming like a portion of my money I gonna spend with you.
Keep-
You know what I'm saying? And then after me deplete all of the funds them out of my bank account, you can tell me how to fix my credit.
Credit. Yes. Yes.
So,
Yeah.
well,
About 7 years so we got it
you're a jack up. You're a jack up.
enough trades.
Man, wow, wow. Um, which
Oh.
when
Huh?
do you when do you sleep?
Actually, you know what funny thing is? Before when I'm starting these businesses, I usually up late, and I realize that as they start to autopilot themselves out, I'm able to go to bed. The thing is, if I don't sleep, I can't do anything. So I have to, me know say mentally, I have to either just take a melatonin and go sleep because if not, me go up all night on the computer. My brain no go sleep. And my doctor tell me say me I do too much, so me have to go sleep. One Jamaican doctor and say you have to go sleep. Why you go sleep? So doctor's order, I go sleep. I go to bed.
Mm.
So
I
is
go to
there
bed.
anyone in particular that you like more than the other?
Well, let me say this. I love nursing. I love nursing, but nursing have become where you don't like it anymore. And the reason for that is the care that you want to give, you can't give it because it's all controlled by the insurance. You can't do what you really want to do to heal the patient because insurance is them that want pay for that, them that want pay. So you can't give your ultimate goal. You can't the goal them can't complete. And you can't see yourself. You know what I'm saying? So when you see patient that go through stuff and you can't help them, that's hurtful for us as nurses. we carry that home with it because we couldn't help one patient. So nursing for me is heavy. And I try to, that's how I get into the limo business, is I always see people at their worst. And I figure if I could see you at your best, where I'm bringing entertainment to you, I'm taking you out, and I see a smile on your face, and you coming back and you enjoying yourself, you going to the prom, and I'm pulling up with the lemon, and your kids are happy. I feel like that's where I make a turn to, you don't always have to be bad when you see people at them worse. You understand? With the limo business, I was determined to do this because I went to see a patient in her home. She was an older lady. She could walk, but she said, "You know what? The funny thing is they don't have for us." I said, "What?" She said, "There's no entertainment for us. We come, we sit in these chairs, and we die. Where is there where someone could pull up, at our house, put us into a party bus?" She didn't say party bus, but a bus with lights. She was just giving me the vision and just playing music so we could enjoy ourselves and then bring us back home. She said, "There's nothing for us." I said, "Oh, wow." I said, "Oh, wow." I said that like 3 times to her.
And
I
I
said, "You
like
know
what,
what? I'm going to put that on my,
and I like what
yeah." I said,
talking
"I'm going
about.
to put that on my vision." Yes,
Hold on, Miss
boom.
Carol.
Yeah.
Miss Carol. Me I go tell her like how your doctor tell you. You do whole heap, and cause
Hmm.
somebody just forward and I comment a while ago and mentioned something about real estate and rental properties. You not tell me about that.
Oh, my God. Really? Oh,
You
my
not tell me
God.
about that.
No, but hold on. Me never done with her because me never
Yeah,
ask
but
her,
I'm not
hold
saying,
on,
well,
where
I'm
else you have
brother,
a
you
gone?
but you like almost 10 professionals
Me
that
never
we don't
done with
know.
her because me gonna ask her, me say, yo, so what else you have a gone? Me know say you must have something else on your mind.
Well, on. So you're in
Oh,
a
my
real,
God.
well, on, you're in a
Who
real
texts that? Wait, who texts that? Who texts that? Who texts that?
Fraskid man. I don't know who name Fraskid, but you obviously this
That
person,
must be one of my nephews. That
you
must
know,
be one of my nephews. Either my nephew or one of my brother. Yeah.
somebody know you.
Yo,
Obviously the person know
me
you.
so
So
sorry.
what I know,
Well, I know.
do we have confirmation that this is also something that you do?
Well, I do Airbnb. Yes, I do own properties in Florida and Myrtle Beach. Yes.
Well, I know, man. Me have to start. Me
Well,
so, me have
you're
to start
be
use.
again.
Me have to start use my tour now. Me and them done. Me have to start use my tour them now. Start go.
Yo, Miss Carol, you didn't say you was a triple threat. Like you're coming like a quadruple threat right now. Trust me.
Brother, I'm going to my tour them.
Brother, but you see, you don't hear me ask the right question. You are
I
focusing on
forgot. Wow.
you are focusing on what she
Wait,
does.
who's talking?
I ask her what she doesn't do.
But me never,
Because
me never ask her what else you do because for some reason me not think you
wow,
did done this. So
wow, wow, wow,
me never
wow,
ask her.
wow,
For real.
wow.
Oh my God, who wrote that? Oh, shoot.
I, I, wa-
Orlando wrote
That's
it.
hey. Okay, so
Orlando,
listen, right? So Orlando is my sister's son. Arlene Grant, that's her son, and Orlando and I share the same birthday, so we kind of mimic each other. So he knows me pretty good, right? And he's my ride or die. He's my trouble. Like we ride together. So Orlando know a lot. He's my nephew, and we just yeah. He's in my house right now, texting my business. He's here, and he lives in Atlanta.
big up yourself, Orlando, for let out the secret because she have got a show.
hey, Pico,
Eh?
why me feel say it not done?
No, something else I go
He
on,
done,
brother.
he done, he done, he done.
Why? You know why me feel say no done?
Me
Cause
feel
Mickey
say it not
era,
done.
Mickey era a while ago to in a era no. What else do I do? Like such a
But you
Jaja.
come like she asked me.
Oh my God. Well, let me say this. I do own a ambulance company with another business partner. Shakira and I and her is on this one project together. An ambulance company.
What me tell you say? What
No,
me
he
tell?
done, he done, he done, he done, he don't know, he don't know.
Wow. So literally every service possibly known to man. Literally. Don't go think you want to do our supermarket and just figure the people.
Oh, that's next. Oh, that's next.
You see, like, but you
That's
start
next.
a while ago. Yo, you think too
Man,
easy.
I mean, at the work already.
Um, no, so well, okay, wow, wow. I mean,
But you got to remember, I'm not doing this by myself. I do have business partners. You know what I'm saying? Like I
no, no,
do have
Who
no,
was?
no,
business partners, so I'm not doing it by myself.
no, but
Huh?
just the mere fact that you are a part of it, you know what I mean? Like, the primary
Right.
focus, and I'm pretty sure because everybody's here in support of you, and there's beer flames and beer big up and everything. So, and I like nobody in the comment to talk about. Remember, say, if you talk about me, this and me, that they obviously know that this focus is on you. This platform is open to anybody who have
Right.
a story to tell. You know what I mean?
Right.
Just Demar come and then she bring Kerry on and then Kerry on bring forth you. You know what I mean? So obviously if
Right.
forth anybody else and we give them a spotlight and we give them flowers, we don't have a problem with that. But everybody here is in direct support of you. You know what I mean? So
Right.
just you having a
And I
mere
appreciate that.
yeah, man. Everybody, just you having a mere hand in whatever it is, whatever the percentage is, you still wear an awful lot of hats. So therefore, we have to take our hat off
Right.
you, you know, um, and everything that you mentioned thus far is with a motivation behind it. You
Mhm.
know what I mean? It's like, some people that say,
Right.
me I do boxing because money in a boxing. You know what I mean? And then it just stops there.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's the end all of it. You know what I mean? But
Mhm.
you
Right.
everything that you've mentioned thus far is something that you hold near and dear to your heart. And there's a reason behind why you apply your money, your time, your expertise to every single
Hmm.
endeavor that you embark on, which speaks volumes about your character because it lets me know that you truly um, are utilizing the borrowed time that we all are living here on,
That part. Yeah.
to make a difference, a positive difference within the world. And I mean, so it's bigger than money.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And the craziest thing
Yeah.
is, she do it for the love.
It's
So
bigger than money.
it bigger than money, but the money I go follow her
Yeah, man.
because that come from love.
Yeah, man.
Of course.
Yeah,
Isn't it?
Right.
I said when
Yeah,
Yeah.
when when the
yeah,
money is
yeah,
not the primary
right,
focus, brother. You know what I
exactly.
mean?
But
Like when it
not,
you
and that's my
clearly
point. The money is not the primary focus, so that will come because
so
it's from the love.
so my question to you is coming from where you come from, right? Have you ever had
Hmm.
any aspirations or given any thought to providing any of the services that you provide in your homeland where you come from? Has that thought ever
You
crossed your
know, yeah. Oh no. I'm gonna go back. Like years ago when Demar and I was in nursing school together.
Mhm.
I told her, I said, Demar, send me the life for opening a dialysis center in Jamaica, but it would be a mobile dialysis center in Jamaica. I don't know dialysis, even though I'm a nurse. I've never done dialysis as a nurse, right? But I was willing to learn it. But to be honest with you, I'm not trying for not Jamaica, but me go tell you the truth. When me go Jamaica, me get afraid. When we go Jamaica, I just feel like say somebody out to get you. You understand me? Feel comfortable. I would love to open something in Jamaica. I would love to do Airbnb in Jamaica, but me no want to feel walk and look over my shoulder. You
Mhm.
understand me? I say me want to feel worry if me ever make it home to my kids them. Me no want to do none of that. Me no want to go pay one man because he have to protect me. When he not pay me, he go kill me. Me not me
Right.
hear too much story. So because of that, that could have put a break on it. Listen, I would love to go back to Jamaica. I would love for my kids to go and have businesses down there. Them father always a buy land, but him buy the land and the land still down. I'm say so when you go back go build something. No sir, me not go back, me not no sir. But at the end of the day, why? Why spend that money when you could do something else somewhere else? I would love to. If someone come to me and say, yo, I got you on this Jamaican move, I'm like, okay, but you gotta run it down there, not me. I ain't. I'm not doing that, but I would love to. But
Well,
yeah, I tell you, I say because of what's going on in Jamaica, I'm scared. Let me just tell you that.
I'm gonna cut you. I'm speaking directly now to the leaders of Jamaica, the tourist board, the prime minister, outgoing prime minister, ingoing prime minister, the opposition, um, the people of Jamaica. Um, we always a complain about how bad Jamaica is, how we not an opportunity, and I'm pretty sure there's other people like Miss Carol who are willing, able to invest, but you hear the sentiments of when a returning resident forward back to the country and wanna rob him, wanna kill him, wanna.
Yeah.
You know much story me hear about where people that send them money come to Jamaica to come do a service and wanna send picture and wanna do all type of shit and then when they reach, nothing not done.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Mhm. Mhm.
Prime Minister, Tourist Board, anybody who can make a difference. The people them of Jamaica, me are telling you, there's 100, thousands, millions of Miss Carol who want to come at them yard and wanna make it almost impossible.
Yeah.
So when you know
Possible.
about the place, I run away and nobody, no opportunity, one heap of opportunity there for no. There's some people, there's one or two. You know, man, say, well, like I said, them we make the Chinese them come and them we make all type of people come there, come develop.
Yeah. And then the trouble them. Mhm.
And
Yeah.
not deter honest, hard-working Jamaicans from wherever them come from, whether Canada, New York, you know, England, wherever them are come
Just
from.
Jamaican
Una
abroad,
deter
period.
them
Just Jamaican abroad.
from coming home
Yeah.
and actually giving on the
Yeah.
opportunity. You know how much money can generate from somebody building a
Yeah.
house, you go want your plumber, you go want your carpenter, you go want all of these people. You know how much people
Mhm.
eat from that? You know how much people can eat from a medical facility where you can hire nurse, you can hire people, all these type of people.
Mhm.
But just listen, it's a testimony. And I like said them who no want do it and she who no want do it or other people who no want do it. But uno have to go fix up on a thing, man, and make people feel welcome to come at them yard and come do
I
a
know
thing.
the key word where you just said, brother. If they really think about it, it's probably thousands of people feel the same
Of
way.
course, millions.
I know that
Of course.
Jamaica.
Of course.
Kill me dead, kill me dead, kill me dead. Oh no, feel like more Jamaican they are foreign more than where they are Jamaica
Of
right
course. Of course.
Of course.
Of course.
Of course.
now. And look how much
Of
people
course.
come at them yard. And
Yeah.
and the same sentiments where
Yeah.
this lady have,
Yeah.
where our kids'
Yeah,
father
you know,
have.
you know how Jamaica would have. You
No,
can't even
man,
imagine.
no,
You couldn't
Miss
even
Carl, me didn't
imagine.
even blame you for how you feel. You know what I mean? You know, I mean, me travel guy Jamaica regular, almost 3 times a year. I don't run into those type of problem, but obviously I'm not in the type of business that you're in. I kind of, even though I'm a public figure,
Right.
still kind of all a little lie low, but you know, I hear the stories time and
Right.
time again. I mean, I go tell us, boy, yo, don't pay them things that are mine. You know what I mean? Because you know, I would be a fool to say that. You know what I mean? But at the same,
Right.
um, yeah, man, just speaking to the powers that be, the people themselves. You know what I mean? Fix up everything, man, so the people them can forward come back
Y-
at them yard and I feel safe. I feel
You know what the funny thing is? I went to where did I go to? Grand Cayman. I took my kids to the Cayman because I was doing stocks. I was trading stocks, and we had a trip
is that is
to
that is
Grand
that
Cayman, and we
is
spent a
that
whole
next
week.
is that next
No,
trip?
no, 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 no,
I tell you, it's always something else.
no, man. No, man, me I learned for trade stocks, and the company I did join was Rockwell's Trading, and them really good. It was a whole bunch of people that every 3 months we would travel to different areas, different islands and stuff, and Cayman was one of them. The funny thing is Jamaica came up and they were like, nope, we're not going to Jamaica. I said, why not? They're like, no, there's too much going on in Jamaica. We can't go. I mean, I say, as a Jamaican, you can't even fight to say no, man, give me country. And no, they were like, listen, we did our research and there's too much going on in Jamaica that we can't go. So instead of that, they went to Cayman. Went to Cayman with my kids because I brought my kids with me, and I went to Cayman with my kids. And I tell you this much, I have never been to a Caribbean island where I felt so safe. And so me never the police still a button. Me never know the police have not gun in a Cayman until I got to Cayman and this man brought the stop sign and the policeman pull him over on the pan. Don't take a join the line like everybody else. And him having button and me I laugh and me I say, oh my God. Me never know so that happened. We slept with our door open in Cayman. The guy said, listen, if anybody come and anybody else, so they go too far, the island too big. Them kill him by the time they do what him have to do. So because of that, I feel so safe at Cayman. And myself, I'm like, how come I can't feel so safe in my own home? What I mean? I was willing to go buy something in Cayman, and I'm still have that on my agenda to go purchase something and do some Cayman because of the safety that I felt in Cayman versus Jamaica.
Mm,
Wow.
yeah.
Wow.
Mhm. But
Just I
you can't
say,
run from the truth.
So
You can't run from the truth.
from nursing to life coaching, what inspired
hey,
why you say it like that? What inspired you to embark on such a I mean, I would think that people relying on you so heavily, especially with you having so much other things going on. Um, because people are looking to you. Life coaching to me is a bit
right?
deep from my perception. You know what I mean? Because it's when you
It
talk
is
about life, that the opposite of life is death. So if you're preaching life and then
right.
if you're preaching life and instilling life into others, you know what I mean, something that you tell them can be misinterpreted and somebody might,
Oh yeah,
what I say. So that's a very big
yeah.
responsibility when you really think about it. What what inspired you to embark on life coaching, and what does your particular approach to life coaching consist of?
Well, for me, the reason why I tap into life, first I was looking to become a motivational speaker. And I was like, okay, because for me, I don't hide my stories. I don't hide where I come from, what I've been through. I don't hide my stories. And then when I tell people my story, they're like, oh wow, you need to be a motivated speaker. And I'm like, ah, stop your foolishness. It's just life. Man. So everybody has a story to tell. You just have to listen to it and just go from there. And then as people go on, they might tell you, be a motivational speaker. And then I realize that the more I become an entrepreneur, is the more I see where people wants to do something, but then pull back. They want to try something, but they're not sure. They want to say, I can do it, but then, self confidence. Them not believing in themselves. And maybe somebody else have a family member and say, no, man, it's a foolishness. No, man, that don't make no sense. You can't do that. You can't, the can't and the don't, and for me hear it. You understand? So when people come to me now and say, oh, you start doing that, and you start telling them, say, well, I'm going to just take a leap of faith and we just never look back, and it worked out for me. But you have this and you have that, like, excuses start coming. And so once we start hear the excuses, now I say, all right, so me and you need to talk, because if you want to stop your own dream with the excuses, never get you nowhere. So I realized that I needed a class. It's so funny that I was searching for life coaching on Facebook and it just popped up this school named Brave Thinking Institute with Mary Morrissey. And I look her up and I start reading about her, paying attention to it, and just to see, what she's gonna tell me or do, or what the class consists of, just to see how I can help people. So I signed up, and I have never learned so much in 9 months than I did when I become a life coach. There's so much to know. and I still have an extra part of it to go do for another year. I kind of put it on pause because I have so much going on, and I just said, let me pause this until I get, some of my business under control, and then I will pick that up. But it's a lot as a life coach, and you're right. It depends on what you say to them and how they interpret it. That's why you have to go back and says, so do you understand what I'm saying? This is what I'm trying to say to you. Do you understand? So you have to just rephrase everything what you said just to make sure that everybody up on the same page and you're not gonna misunderstood what I said. Made up on the same page before you leave. So yes, you do have a lot of people life in your hand.
So, so I mean, a life coach. How much is that different from being an actual psychiatrist? Because
Well, for the psych, you went to school for like maybe a few years. For life coaching, you don't. For life coaching, you just get a certification and a lot of different ways of dealing with people. Like whether you want to focus on relationship, love, and money, or you want to focus on career, or you just want to focus on stuff that you have never done and want to do. Maybe go on a vacation that you have never took. That maybe you want to go to Paris because you wish you had. Just certain things depends on what you want to get out of this life coaching. So yes, it's totally different.
Yeah,
They might be sounding the same, but
that was kind of like my next
huh?
question. Like, no, my next question was like, what's your target audience like for your particular who do you
You
who do you
gotta say I'm corny, but I focus on women
no
entrepreneur, women who wants to become entrepreneurs.
oh me if you say you canny. Nah, nah, listen,
Because true me,
you
I
know,
want to. No, I focus on female.
nah, me not listen. Them say when them say oh the saying guy Jamaica every wood have them stick a bush or
yeah,
something. Every
everywhere
wo-
was
every
Every one of them take a voice.
yeah, every wood have them stick a bush. So at the end of the day, there's somebody for everybody out there, and if your approach
Right.
is for the woman them, you know what I mean, maybe the
Mhm.
person where I go figure get a man, you can help her, and
But
it's still you still a help the man as well because you done prepare, you know what I mean, you see what I say? So it's
yeah,
like
that's a
it
great
still
thing.
go
But
out my
It's
hands.
yeah, it's a
but you know what? That's good. You have a valid point. Let me tell you why. I did my first vision workshop done by Chef Shakespeare. When I finished, she was like, "You got to do this class," and then the hurricane happened, and I said, "Well, I don't need to do the class." She's like, "No, you're gonna do the class. We already have the females coming over," and she was determined for me to do the class. I did the class. Female shows up, right? And we went through the whole class. It was a vision. It's called Vision Workshop. Women supporting women, right? They went through it. Everybody got a rude awakening. Everybody started looking at things differently, right? It's so funny that her husband and another husband was sitting along, like away from, and it was finished. And then I was talking to them. I was like, "Hey, how y'all doing?" And he's like, "You know what? The funny thing is, you do that for them, but who's gonna do something for us?"
Right.
He's like, "You need to have a class for us, so whatever she wants to do, we're able to understand her and support her in her journey a little bit better." And I looked at him and said, "I never thought about it that way." He said, "Give us the same tool that you're giving to my wife so that I could be that support system that she needs. I can't support her if I don't understand what she's doing."
Mhm.
So then I have to start looking and saying, maybe I need to start just being just overall, just support everybody versus just women.
overall.
Overall,
Overall.
overall, you think they're right. No, so
Oh my God, I forgot. Overall. Yeah.
no, I mean, at the end of the day, like me say, me, you can look on it um one way or the other, but one thing where you can't get around is if I'm dealing with this woman and you influenced her in a positive way, then by default, whatever you taught her is going to automatically rub
Right.
off on me anyway.
Off on you.
So
Right.
at the end of the day, if I need, remember when a lot of times when a man meet him wife, obviously they come from totally different backgrounds. You know what I mean? You
Right.
know, they might not have grew up in the same community. Some people meet them wife after them go college or when them there in high service or are upon the internet nowadays, because we are living a different day and age. You know what I mean? So, whoever that person is, they kind of become a product of who they are and whatever their teachings are. You know what I
Right.
mean? The reality,
Right.
the reality of the situation is, if you scale back every aspect of every human being, I don't care where I come
Right.
from, where the background is, everybody is attached to the same grid of consciousness.
Okay. Yes. Oh yeah.
You start to develop um egotistical thoughts when the minute that you come into the world and your parents start to um tell you what they know, and then then you go to school with like-minded people, and then the
They start
shows that
learning
you
somebody
then
new.
the shows that you watch then the shows that you
Yeah.
watch are either the shows that your parents watch or that
Mm.
they allow you to watch, and then ultimately
To watch. Yeah.
you
The
become a
influence.
product of what you know. And
Yep.
then after you become a product of what you know, once you start to become an independent thinker, everybody's looking at you like, what the hell is wrong with you? So that's gonna make
Yes.
you kind of like think that you can't think any other way opposed to
Right.
what they say is right. You know what I mean? So
Right.
if me not rate Donald Trump for nothing else, it's for just simply being himself. You know what I mean? And exposing
Mhm.
America and politics for what it really was. You know what I mean? Like at the end of the day, we can't all say we rate Barack, and we can't, but it all start from you. You know what I mean? Like no
Right.
politician is gonna give if they put every law in place for benefit you as a black person, you might take it and do everything that you've been able to do. But no
And with
politician
it.
do
Yeah.
what you do, Miss Carol. Remember, say a jungle you come from,
Mhm.
you never pass common in chance. The average person I say a jungle may come from, so say
No
a
problem.
badness we think there. And then
Mhm.
it just stop there. So
Right.
why did you
Right.
keep going?
Oh
You know,
no.
so no
I
politician
have
never
to.
see I gonna have nothing to do with that. Barack now have nothing to do with that. Trump
I'm
now
not
have nothing
doing it.
to do with that.
Nope.
Biden have nothing to do with that.
Nope.
That is all you.
Mhm.
You get what me I
Yep.
say?
You don't have to be the product of your environment. Nope.
So it
Yeah.
comes right back to what your perception of life was growing up from the very humble beginnings that you came from, which you came. You know what I mean? Like you could have lost your brother at the time when you lost your brother, and they say, "Oh, may I kill everything?" You know what I say?
But
Because some
right.
people
Mhm.
around there,
Mhm.
some people got around there.
Right.
If you never
Oh
tell me
yeah.
say if you never tell me say a jungle you come from, you know what I mean? The average person's perception of jungle is a woman with a bleach out face, with a talk and a draw her word. I'm a
Word.
man
Yep.
and God a boy shot. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
Yeah, and adding to that is like, just like you say, jungle. You mentioned jungle, and look at it's so uplifting. Tap a life, tap a life, tap a life. Come out a jungle.
I'm telling you this, man. This lady right here who we have on the screen is a living example, exemplifies what but now I go say in the same fashion, in the same manner, because everybody have them journey, right? But
Right. Mhm.
this when I look at Miss Patterson on my screen right now, one thing I mean learn, I, before me know her, but it even just gives credence to my thoughts that people stop making excuses. Exchange
Amen.
exchange excuses for adjustments. Stop making excuses,
Amen.
start making adjustments. Sis Madia,
Amen.
Sis Madia, where, like me tell you, go through all of the rangaroo with the world we come. Come America illegal, not afraid to talk about it. Go through the world drugs thing, go through all of them something there. And them could have it stuck in it. If you ask enough of them you
Mhm.
why you not kill people? Why you not rob people? Why you not do all you wanna do? Them can't give you a reason because the easiest thing for do is just for fling your hand them up in the air and just give up or just do the
Yeah.
wrong. That's the easiest thing for do. Remember, looking at Miss Carol exemplifies that your problems do not define you. How you overcome them is what is what defines you. And where there is a will,
Yes.
when you look at Miss
There's
Carol
a way.
again, when you look at Miss Carol again, I'm gonna say it like this: if where there was a will, was a person,
There's a
it
way.
would be this lady right there.
Thank you.
And so we give people them flowers. We not show
Okay, thank you. I take that flowers.
yeah,
It no get no better than this, no get no truer than this, because it no come no realer than this. Because we are getting
Mhm.
real thing from straight out of jungle.
yeah, man. Concrete jungle.
Yeah, man.
Jungle.
Yeah, man. People write you out fast when you come from
Yeah,
jungle. They write you out fast.
yeah. They have so many accolades.
And when they
Yeah,
talk
tell
about
them.
jungle, you must remember say a Trinstone Bob Marley come from the Trinstone jungle there. Or
Yep. But. Yep.
the jungle Trinstone there. And Bob Marley, one of the most
Yep.
recognized individual in the world. Still one of the top selling artists of all time. Come from Trenchtown. Walked up a Cane River to wash my day. Pan the rock I rest my head. Me come from Trenchtown.
Mhm.
Ow.
Yeah, man, no man says so like at the end of at the end of the day, people, good people come from jungle. Good people come from everywhere. You know, man say,
Yep.
your perception of good might not always be good for somebody else. You know what I mean? Like, cause you have scammer, but then on the flip side, and they call him scammer. But then you have pastor where in a church a scammer, they call him pastor.
Scammer there.
Yeah, them are politician,
Of course.
and politician are the biggest scammer
Mhm.
out there.
Mhm.
But them call him politician, them call him president, them call him state representative,
All over the
them
world.
call him
Politician.
MP, them call him wherever.
All over the world. All over the world.
Yeah, man.
A
You know,
politician
man,
a
say,
biggest
so
scammer.
at the end of the day, it's just all about perception. It's just all about being the best individual that you possibly can be.
No matter where you
Can
come
be.
from.
Yeah.
No matter where you come
No
from.
matter where you
And,
come
and,
from.
and anybody where I watch this know, anybody where I go watch this years from now, I outside of giving Miss Patterson the praise that she so rightfully deserves.
Yes.
I hope that you can draw the same message where me I draw from this, because hearing everything that she and it's just, you see how she just kind of just roll off her tongue with ease, like
Mhm.
no bossishness, not the back eye. Look how much
Mhm.
people that on Instagram are boast about nothing at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, boy, my youth, me have 14 car, and me have this and me have that, and
Mhm.
you know what I mean?
Mhm.
She not boast. Some of the things she have to remind herself of.
What am
The
I
things
doing?
that
What
she
is I am
contribute
again?
to.
Yeah. What am I? What am what am I doing again? Hey,
So
but you see,
when Jamaican say empty barrel make the most nice,
Most nice.
remember me told you.
Like that.
Remember me told you. Anybody will really have anything in life, or will really do something, they not no time for talk about it and boast and brag
I gotta
about
say
it.
it. I'm gonna use this. Well, I make the most contribution in life. Them just go through and do them things.
Yeah, man.
Nah, make the bag of nice. And this is a very, very special example.
No testimony without test, and see somebody who has,
And guess what? She make me feel so proud.
yeah, man. I
You
mean,
make me
man.
feel so proud.
See somebody here who is buckle
Me
tested.
feel so proud as a Jamaican doing what you're doing.
No message without mess. See somebody here who has a message.
Remember me tell her.
That's
Yeah, man.
right.
So
Yeah,
if
man.
if if
That's
if,
right.
You don't make nobody else feel good. You make me feel good. I'm
But well,
proud.
no man.
I feel so
Well, no
proud.
man. Nobody
And, I,
try.
and I'm gonna say thank you.
Nobody try go around the thing, you know.
You're
'Cause
welcome.
she got add one. She got add
Me
one
know
more
one more
thing.
I come, man.
Well, no man.
Me know
No,
one
no,
more.
no.
Internship. The internship. She said she want the internship. Me no know when she got. Me know say she have money for things. But we are gonna bring you over here for some of them interview here. You know what I mean? We are gonna bring you over here. So you can't. You know what I mean? You are gonna lead we. You know what I mean? Like we are gonna give you one guest one of them week when you have the time and we are gonna make you do the background and the research or whatever and we are gonna sit back in I just watch you go to work. You know what I mean? So if we can help you if we can help you, kind of even fulfill your dream to an extent, you know what I mean, since you have do so much things already, it would be an honor for us to have you, you know what I mean, over here. I mean, I know the world may know you as Carol Patterson. Your last, the hyphen name is what? Ayaz? What is it? Aya? Is it, it's just Carol
No,
Patterson, right?
no. Carol A. Patterson. So
Okay.
CP, CAP.
All right. So the world may know you as Carol Patterson, but as of tonight, overall settings dubs the Carol Patterson settings. So that means to say when you decide to take on 5 more jobs, I mean, well, I know she, she exemplifies once again a true Jamaican. Because a true Jamaican, you know about Jamaican again.
About
I
the
am the
job.
butcher, the baker, the candlestick maker. We are the job about 40 job. You know what I say? Remember the brother
Oh my
party?
God.
So
You know what it is. I just feel like time is very important, and for me, I just feel like eventually I'm gonna run out of time and not accomplish what I really want to accomplish. So for me, is everybody knows me. Okay, let's go, let's go. It doesn't make sense. Let's do the research. Doesn't make sense. Let's put it together. Let's make sense. We gotta move on. We gotta go. You know what I'm saying? Like I believe in, if there's a problem, try to find a solution. Don't dwell on the problem. Why you want, see, no. What's the solution? Let's fix it. Let's because I just feel like I'm on a limited time, like you said, borrow time. And if I'm borrow time right now, I never know when to go down and when to go stop. So for me, I just always on the go, always want like my kids them I start teaching them early or cook to do stuff on them own, just in case mommy's not available or mommy's not here. You know what I mean? I said just independence. I'm just it's just me where I'm just on a time schedule where it's gonna run out one day. I'm just have to do everything, get everything done without just making excuses. That's just me.
well, we're not Gil Bailey, but our platform is available to you whenever you're ready. You know what I mean? We'll definitely be in touch. No, I'm so serious. I might be laughing and joking right now, and exchanging pleasantries. Because there's people on the ear, but we definitely are gonna talk off the ear about that, about a way where we can
Okay.
incorporate you into that. I mean, I know you have a lot going on. We all do. Life happens, but I would be honored,
Right.
even if it's like once a month or something, you can forward as like a guest host or what I mean, wherever, just kind of exercise your skill or whatever.
Yeah,
Nobody make we look
That would
too
be
bad.
nice.
Nobody make we look too bad.
No, that would be nice.
We know you have training and things,
mm.
you know what I mean? So
And that leads her to bring anybody she wants to bring
right,
on the
right, right,
platform. So
right,
if you have
right,
anybody where you want to bring on the platform, bring
right.
them over.
Yeah, man.
Oh, I got a
Chef,
few people I want to
them,
bring, like
them
Chef
say, them say,
Shakespeare.
Here,
Chef Shakespeare next, that me hear them a say,
Oh,
here,
wait. Can I tell you something? Can I tell you something
yeah,
real quick? A
yeah,
friend of
sure.
mine, Cynthia Palmer, she's doing a radio station. She's from Africa, so she have Afrobeat. She's working on that right now, so
Okay.
to have her own radio station. So I just want to big that up. So she'll be next on my interview.
All right. Well, see that.
yeah, man.
Cynthia
You know,
Palmer.
You
keep
said you have
them
a few
coming.
people. Bring
Keep
them.
them
Bring
coming.
bring
Keep
them.
them
Keep
coming.
keep
Keep
them
them
coming.
coming. Anybody where you want big up right now? Cause I know you is a woman where now ram figure people them accolades and big them up.
Yeah, man. So I want to big up my fiance slash husband slash business partner slash Bonnie and Clyde, anything with some you're gonna do him say, I know I can't stop you, so I might as well just get my element and start riding. So big up, Mr. Richards. I wanna say big up, big up, big up. I wanna big up my kids, Destiny and Madison. Madison is my other half. She's only 11, but she pays attention to everything that I'm doing. I don't sugarcoat nothing with my kids. Destiny, big up yourself. She loves soccer, so she gonna be my next soccer star. Maddie wanna be a lawyer, so big up my kids, them, big up my nephew, my sister, my friend, them. Anybody will log on tonight to support me. I don't know I can't soon, so never told you to big up the Mar, big up your elementary nursing school. You don't know study hard. But that's why I make you know say thank you guys and thank everybody for them support. Anything what you have to do with me thank you because we never do it by myself. I couldn't do it by
Big up,
myself. So
big
I
up
just
Miss
want to
B.
say thanks for all the support.
Big up Miss B, that the
Hmm?
food up partner. You know, man, I say,
Yes, big up the chef Shakespeare.
big up Chef Shakespeare, big up Mermaid Settings to make the booking a possible. Big up Zoni. You know, man, I say, because if I never
Mm-hmm.
Zoni, you know what I mean, we will not have Damar, we will not have Kerry, and we will not have Miss Carol. And I mean, one thing led to another, and the next thing lead to
and
the
more
next.
and
You know what I
more
mean?
more for forward.
Exactly, and more people for forward. And I mean, so we definitely need to talk to anybody who you feel like we need to talk to. And Miss Settings, Miss Carol Patterson Settings is one of the family. So when you embark on another career and you need we to load it up forward over here,
Right.
and we will do that for you. But we need to talk after here about how we can incorporate you in a way we are do. You know what I mean? Because I know that's been your dream, and we want to
Yes.
align with like-minded people, and we have a space here for you. There's an empty seat right over there, so
Okay.
ready when you're ready.
Okay.
And
Once we not become affiliate.
is it
Once
is
we
it
not become the court.
is it possible? Is it possible for us to do like suppose we were in Florida? Would it be possible to do like a live broadcast from like one of your party buses or in the back of a limousine? Is that even possible?
Yeah, man. Yeah, definitely. Because all we have to do is know when you not come. Right, we have block them dates there for whether you want the party bus or you want the limousine, we could have block dates them. Remember now, me the owner, so I can't just block it. Just let me know we can set it up, definitely, whether it's the limo or the party bus. The party bus is a more spacious, so I feel like so that
Okay.
it'll go better and it will decorate it just like the limo.
Well,
Definitely,
we
just let me know. Big up. Mm?
And where exactly in Florida are you?
I'm in Lake County, so I'm like 30 minutes out of Orlando, so I'm in the country. See, you come from the city, so you just decide to go live a country life where you see cow and goat, right? So I'm just going in the country life and just relax.
big up yourself. Um, it's the
um,
pleasure has
um,
been
uh,
the pleasure has been all ours. I mean, we are so happy to have had you here, and we can't. I can't wait. I'm looking forward to having you as a guest host. I'm not gonna stop talking about that. You know what I mean? Like if broadcasting your thing there, like trust me,
that was my thing.
I'm ready to learn. I'm ready to learn. You know what I mean? Cause we don't really do interview over here. Um we just reason with people.
Just
I
one
mean,
city. Yeah,
you know
that's
what
a
I mean?
good thing.
Yeah, man, the most organic. We try to bring it across in the most organic way. Cause me and you know how big media go. You know what I mean? They might go push a certain narrative where they want everybody to follow. They want you to focus on the negative. They never really talk about
Right.
all the
Can't do
good
that.
that goes on. They never really talk about all of the good that goes on in the world. Like none of those things are ever
Right.
discussed or highlighted. You know what I mean? Everything is just shock value. Um, the craziest thing, the biggest set of views where you have pan line is a man a get beat up or somebody a dead pan line
Mhm. Mhm.
or somebody a make a fool of themselves. Like anything that involves somebody telling you something with substance will never get a bag of views,
True.
So we always a try
Views.
change the
Yeah.
so we need to over here though. You know what I mean? Like me say, if I even want someone, so make we just try organize, centralize, and do that. All right.
Fair enough. Let me check that off my vision board. Then check if I get that. If I hook up with you, that'll be off the vision board. Boom. Thank you
Yeah.
for the
So
offer. I'll definitely look into it.
I think one of your daughter them dep online and or somebody in your family, Shaquan Patterson. You know what I name that? I name that
Oh,
sound
they're all
familiar?
watching in the. Uh
Okay.
huh.
All right, so big up Yvonne Brody, you know what I mean? Big up Novia again, Miss Vida once more, you know what I mean? Big up everybody who is watching now, everybody who are gonna watch in future. Please, me I beg you know, like one over here, just press the little subscribe button. And we're actually streaming from two platforms right now. So one of them is One Mermaid World, the other one is Overall Settings
Mhm.
Podcast. And we're also streaming from our Facebook page under the same name, Overall Settings. And this particular reasoning, once we rip the audio, will be uploaded to all of the podcast platforms. So that means it'll be available on Spotify, Apple,
Oh,
Google,
really?
anywhere you can get podcast. You will hear all of this vital information that was brought forth today. Big up Miss Carol Patterson, aka Settings. You know what I mean? Big up yourself.
Thank
Um,
you.
Settings.
we are look for the next reasoning. So just link with Mermaid and you already know the procedure and she will get a date for whosoever. Respecting every aspect to everybody. Please, if you love this lady as much as we have gotten to love this lady just another little segment at time,
Mhm,
yeah,
mhm,
the
mhm.
one thing that you can do is share this message with as many people as possible. So that same link that she sent to you, I'm pretty sure if there's 20 people in here, the average person has at least 100 contacts in their phone. So
Mhm.
50 times 100 is 2,000. Most of the time when you're sending out something, you're lucky if you get 10% of the people that you're sending it out to. So if it's 2,000 people within the 10 people that we have in here, if you send that to everybody in your phone, then we can probably get at least 200 people to hear this very positive message from this very positive individual.
And thank
Salute.
you again for your
Salute.
time. Thank you for your time.
Orlando, big up yourself
No
because
problem.
Orlando, big up yourself.
Big up yourself.
You bust the secret, Orlando, because she never want to tell me. Big up everybody else, panel. Big up you, Miss Two, Miss Vida, car. She never want to tell me say food truck and them something that involved. You know,
Chef
big up,
Shakespeare.
yeah, man. Big up, Ivan Brody. You know what I mean? For tell me about the
Oh,
ingredients and
that's a Nikki. That's a Nikki. Me and Nikki grew up together. That's a long time friend from we just come and forest. Big up Nikki. Big up.
big up Arlene Grant. You know what I mean? Big up everybody with the
That's
panel
our
line.
sister.
Yeah, man. Big up on yourself. All right, people. All right.
You know,
Respect every aspect, Miss Carol. Yeah. We're gonna link up on the other
you
side.
don't
'Cause like
know.
you,
Someday
you,
again,
you
tune
know
in.
get you
Yeah,
know
Forward.
you know
man.
you know get to so easy, All right.
We're
Pick up
there,
your
man. We're there. We're there. All right.
yeah.
I'm used to
Bye bye.
hearing it's a matter of time before anything I'm hoping for is sure to be mine. And I do believe it, and no hurt get to receive it as I keep these words in my mind each and every time. Just prepare for it. Just prepare for it. Who knows it could happen tonight, and it could happen to knows, but who really knows? Who knows, but who really knows? Death sneaks upon you like a thief in the night. Since we're not sure if it's a robber, we gotta live right, though we might get distracted by the things that are sight. We can't go blindly when we enter the light. Before we enter the light, just prepare for it. just prepare for it. Who knows it could happen tonight, and it could happen to knows, but who really knows? Who knows, but who really knows?